We have Darth Vader.
The elaborate home movie theater with a mix of Star Wars and Star Trek memorabilia is what everyone is talking about on social media.
Put some anointing on this money. You put something up here. You put...
Most men of God preach about heaven, but these pastors have built something close to it on earth. We are talking about mansions so massive, so jaw-dropping, so deliberately engineered that calling them houses feels almost insulting. Some cost more than most people will earn in 3 lifetimes. Some became controversies all by themselves. Others hid details so bizarre they went viral without anyone even trying. Stay till the very end. Because number 4 is one of the most extraordinary stories in the recent history of faith, power, and money anywhere in the world. Number 10. Bishop T.D. Jakes. There is a version of success that announces itself quietly. T.D. Jakes never really subscribed to that version. The founder of the Potter's House in Dallas, one of the most influential black megachurches in American history, drawing more than 30,000 members, built a life and then a property to match it in every possible direction. His estate sits in Fort Worth, Texas, across 17.8 acres of land. The main residence covers over 14,000 square feet. Originally constructed in 1979, Jakes purchased it in 2004 for $5.5 million, and the property went through a 3-year transformation that rebuilt it from the inside out. Formal living areas, multiple bedroom suites, acreage so generous that privacy comes naturally. Before Fort Worth, Jakes lived in a waterfront mansion on White Rock Lake in Dallas. That home alone, 10,681 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 6 full bathrooms, 5 fireplaces, a gym, a pool, a koi pond, and a 4-car garage, sold for nearly $6 million. And that was just the home he left behind when he moved.
But for men in particular, it is very well served. Having said that, I think it's actually a genderless truth.
Even though in recent years, Jakes has faced some serious public questions about leadership and personal conduct, there's still no denying what this man has built. If 14,000 square feet sounds like a lot, then this next pastor owns nearly double of that, and that is not even the most shocking part. Number 9. Pastor Creflo Dollar. You'll only find a handful of pastors in the world who carry their theology inside their actual name. Creflo Dollar was born with his, and if the empire he has assembled is any kind of evidence, he has no reason to fight it. Dollar founded World Changers Church International in College Park, Georgia in 1986. A congregation that started with 8 people in a school cafeteria has now grown into 30,000 worshipers inside the World Dome, an 8,500-seat facility built for approximately $18 million and, by Dollar's own account, without a single dollar of bank financing.
Money. The issue is the spirit behind money. All right? Your money is going to either have God on it or it's going to have the spirit of mammon on it.
His estate in Fayetteville is the one people stare at the most. The property spans 182.9 acres, that's 2 adjoining lots combined, and at its center sits a mansion covering 17,017 square feet. 13 bedrooms, 19 bathrooms, a circular driveway, stone walls, a fountain, and a swimming pool with a chandelier suspended directly above the water. Let that last detail sink in well. The stunning estate carries the unofficial name, The Kingdom. To add to that, Dollar also holds a $2.5 million apartment in Manhattan, 2 Rolls-Royces, and a Gulfstream G650 private jet. The American pastor has faced documented accusations that church funds financed personal assets, including the Fayetteville mansion and the aircraft. He has never been criminally charged. The questions in his prosperity doctrines, however, still hover around his ministry. Number 8 is different, younger, more personal, and carrying a detail about what was built inside the home enough to make you stop and rewind. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 99% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Number 8. Ty Tribet Thomas, Orlando, Florida. Ty Tribbett started with a choir of friends and family in Camden, New Jersey in 1996 and built one of the most recognizable names in contemporary gospel across nearly 3 decades of work. He toured with Faith Hill. He collaborated with Justin Timberlake, Usher, and Will Smith. He sold more than 1.3 million albums, and his 2024 release won the Grammy for Best Gospel Album. By any measure, he is one of the most successful artists gospel has ever produced, unarguably. And now, he is currently a pastor. He and his wife Shantae co-lead Live Church in Orlando, Florida, a chapter that came after a very public one. In 2009, Tribbett publicly disclosed marital infidelity that shook the entire gospel world. He did not hide from it. He described the moment as one that destroyed his self-righteousness and rebuilt him from scratch. They survived it together and built something new. Besides that, his lakefront home near Orlando was purchased for $1.5 million. Private, waterfront, and finished at a level that reflects his music career income rather than a conventional pastor's salary. It has attracted attention precisely because of that contrast. The man who preached through the most public failure of his life built a very quiet, very comfortable private one. Here is what rarely gets said. Compared to every other name on this list, 1.5 million is just modest. Tribbett built his brand on radical honesty. Whether the lakefront property reinforces that or complicates, it is a question only his congregation gets to answer. Now, number 7 didn't just build a luxurious mansion, he built a whole city all by himself. Number 7, Bishop David Oyedepo, Canaan Land, Ota, Nigeria. Some people move into new neighborhoods. David Oyedepo took one look and decided to build one. The presiding bishop of Living Faith Church worldwide, globally recognized as Winners Chapel, is the wealthiest pastor on the African continent, with a net worth estimated at between $150 million and $200 million. That figure isn't just numbers, it is the result of a ministry that began in 1981 with a vision and has since expanded into more than 100 countries.
I'm not serving God for what He does or for who He is. And my affection for Him.
The headquarters of that ministry is called Canaan Land, a 530-acre estate in Ota, Ogun State, Nigeria. Inside those boundaries sits Faith Tabernacle, the largest church auditorium in the world by capacity, 50,000 seats under a single roof. Within those same 530 acres, Covenant University, Faith Academy Secondary School, Kingdom Heritage Primary School, a petroleum station, a bakery, a bottled water plant, restaurants, shopping stores, 4 banks, and residential housing for more than 15,000 people who live and work on the grounds permanently. This right here is a whole city with a church at the center of it. Oyedepo's personal residence sits within Canaan Land, a multi-million-dollar mansion with swimming pools, a library, and security personnel at every entrance. He also holds a separately documented 24-bedroom mansion at the Covenant Estate, reportedly acquired for $3.5 million. He owns properties in the United States and the United Kingdom. He travels via private jet, 4 of which he owns. This man stands out as the perfect definition of godly wealth. His church is the largest on earth, and as if that's not enough, he's currently building a 100-sitting capacity auditorium called the Ark.
Why?
What separates Bishop David Oyedepo from every other one on this list is the category of scale. He did not just build a mansion, he engineered the entire world around it. Still with us? Good, because number 6 is an absolute legend, and what she put inside her mansion will make you laugh, and then make you think about it for a long time afterward. Number 6, Pastor Shirley Caesar, Raleigh, North Carolina. If you know gospel music at all, you know Shirley Caesar. 12 Grammy Awards across a career that began when she was 12 years old and has never stopped. 7 decades of recorded music. Performances at the White House. She's not just famous in the gospel industry, she is foundational to it. Her 9,000-square-foot mansion in Raleigh, North Carolina was purchased by her and her late husband, Bishop Harold Williams, in 2001 for $1.5 million. 4 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a footprint that signals a different order of living from the moment you cross the threshold. But here is the detail that sent the internet into a wild frenzy when the property was listed for sale in July 2021. A home theater. Specifically, the Star Wars-themed home theater.
We have Darth Vader.
The elaborate home movie theater with a mix of Star Wars and Star Trek memorabilia is what everyone is talking about on social media.
Fully immersive, packed with Star Wars and Star Trek memorabilia so completely that photographs of the room circulated across social media for weeks and landed in publications that had never covered gospel music in their lives. Millions of people shared it. The First Lady of Gospel had built a private galaxy inside her home, and nobody knew until she tried to sell it. On one level, it is deeply amusing. On another, it says something real about who Shirley Caesar actually is, a woman who spent 7 decades being exactly herself, whether leading a congregation, recording an album, or spending quiet evenings in a galaxy far, far away. She is 87 years old and still recording. She won her 12th Grammy in 2026. The house was one chapter of a story that is clearly still being written. Number 5 is a completely different kind of story, louder, younger, and carrying a tension the pastor has never fully resolved. Number 5, Pastor Jamal Bryant, Atlanta, Georgia. Jamal Bryant founded Empowerment Temple AME Church in Baltimore. He took over New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Lithonia, Georgia in December 2018. Court documents from his divorce proceedings placed his monthly income at $46,000. That number tells you something important about the lifestyle built around it. His primary Atlanta area residence spans approximately 6,000 square feet and sits within a community calibrated for exactly that income level. The property drew sharp attention in September 2025 when Bryant quietly sold his $882,500 Atlanta mansion with no public announcement, no explanation, nothing. That silence generated exactly the kind of speculation that silence in high-profile places always tends to produce. For the most years of his ministry, Bryant carries significant controversy. Publicly documented infidelity from his first marriage has followed him across 2 major pastoral appointments in ways that never fully fade. He is also one of the most gifted communicators in American Christianity, capable of filling arenas and generating headlines for his sermons. Shockingly, both things are true at the same time. His home is not the most expensive on this list, but definitely is the one that most mirrors the gap between pulpit and private life. On number 4, we cross the Atlantic all the way to Nigeria, and the property he built is unimaginable for a pastor. Number 4, Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, Lagos, Nigeria. The name is Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, founder of Christ Embassy Church, operating across more than 100 countries with a membership surpassing 13 million people. If you grew up in a Christian household anywhere in sub-Saharan Africa, there is a reasonable chance this man's face was present before you were old enough to fully understand why. His net worth has been estimated at between $50 million and $150 million, reflecting genuine uncertainty about an empire spanning television networks, publishing houses, conference centers, and real estate across multiple continents. His personal residence in Lagos is called the White House, and the reason isn't far-fetched. The property sits in the Oregon district of Lagos State and rises 4 full stories with a large garage bay, a sports facility, multiple entrances, and balconies overlooking spacious grounds. It has been valued at over 150 million naira. He owns properties in the United Kingdom and South Africa. He holds 2 private jets. His television networks, Love World TV, Love World SAT, and Love World Plus, reach 5 continents. And yet Nigerian media has described the White House in Oregon is nothing compared to his net worth. That's pretty obvious, seeing that he also owns international properties in the United Kingdom, South Africa, and the United States for both ministry operations and personal residence. Only a few pastors in the world have come close to the wealth empire Pastor Chris has built. Now, number 3 never paid a single dollar in property taxes. And the argument used to justify that is genuinely astonishing. Number 3, Bishop Y.V. Hilliard, Spring, Texas.
Amen, amen. Now, what is salvation? Salvation has to do with the whole man.
In 2024, a listing appeared on a major real estate website for a property in Spring, Texas, a suburb of Houston. The asking price was $15 million. The property was described as a compound. That word turned out to be accurate in a way that made a lot of people stop scrolling. Bishop I.V. Hilliard is the founder of New Light Christian Center Church, a multi-site Word of Faith megachurch he built with his wife, Pastor Bridget Hilliard, starting in 1984. His estimated net worth stands at approximately $22 million. In 2018, he passed the senior pastor role to his daughter, Dr. Irishi Hilliard. He did not, however, pass on the property. In 2024, Bishop Hillary bought a $15 million mansion covering 24 acres in Spring, Texas. It contains 6 separate houses, 22 garage spaces, 30 bedrooms, 31 bathrooms, a private lake stocked with trophy bus, a resort-style pool with cabanas, a banquet hall, a home theater, a hair salon, a commercial-grade kitchen, a fitness center, an owner's suite with a 25-foot ceiling and its own private jacuzzi, all in one residence. Now here is the detail that takes the story to another level. The entire compound has been classified as a parsonage since its construction, making it fully exempt from property taxes under Texas law. The 2023 appraisal placed the compound at $7,966,887. At standard Texas rates, that exemption saved more than $152,000 in a single year. A church attorney told the Houston Chronicle in 2021 that the estate functions as a minister's retreat and conference center. The same listing that described it as magazine-worthy also suggested it could become a boutique hotel or a wedding venue. That leaves you with a whole lot of unanswered questions. Number 2 is pretty modest compared to the mansions we've explored so far, but what you're about to see is the kind of detail that makes a story genuinely hard to forget. Number 2, Bishop Noel Jones, Los Angeles, California. Born in Spanish Town, Jamaica, into poverty, that is where this story begins. Noel Jones is the younger brother of Grace Jones. Yeah, the iconic singer and model. They both grew up in a household built around the church. He moved to the United States, pursued theology, and in 1994 took over Greater Bethany Community Church in South Central Los Angeles with 1,000 members waiting for him. What he did with those 1,000 members is simply remarkable. In less than a decade, the congregation grew to 17,000. A new building was acquired in Gardena, renamed the City of Refuge, and it became a rock-solid church. Celebrity worshipers, community rehabilitation programs, and a gospel choir that charted #1 on the Billboard Top Gospel Albums chart all under one roof. His home is a cliffside property in Los Angeles purchased in 1998 for approximately $1.1 million. It sits on a hilltop with a direct view of the Pacific Ocean, Malibu visible below, and the former home of late Los Angeles Lakers owner Jerry Buss directly across the street. California real estate has done what California real estate does. The property now sits at more than $3.5 million. Jones became nationally visible after appearing on the Oxygen reality series Preachers of LA in 2013, a series that gave audiences a rare, direct look at how megachurch pastors in one of the world's most expensive cities actually lived. The house was part of that conversation. A boy born poor in Jamaica on a hillside above Malibu, looking out at the Pacific with a Lakers dynasty owner as his nearest neighbor. What that image means depends entirely on who you are asking. Now, what you are about to hear at #1 is not just the most dramatic entry on this list. It is one of the most extraordinary stories in the recent history of faith, power, and global scandal anywhere in the world. #1, Pastor Hubert Angel, Lincoln, United Kingdom.
Manage your wallets. If I be a prophet of God, let that money appear now. If I be a prophet of God, miracle money now.
Prophet Hubert Angel, born Hubert Mudzanair in Masvingo, Zimbabwe, in 1978, founded Spirit Embassy Ministries in Manchester, England in 2007. The ministry later rebranded as Good News Church and expanded to more than 70 locations across 15 countries in Europe and Africa. He became one of the wealthiest preachers connected to the African continent. With a net worth of $60 million, he became just the second Zimbabwe-born person in history to be featured in Forbes magazine, and then appointed by President Emerson Mnangagwa as presidential envoy and ambassador-at-large for Zimbabwe to Europe and the Americas. And then he built this million-dollar mansion he named Angel Manor. Angel Manor sits on a 14-acre private garden in Lincoln, England. Inside, Versace tiles ran throughout the house. Gold-plated bathrooms, gold-plated toilets, a private cinema room, an 8-seater jacuzzi, a swimming pool, furniture delivered directly from Harrods, arguably the single most expensive retail establishment in the United Kingdom. The guest house beside the main property is a fully built 3-bedroom structure that would represent extraordinary luxury by the standards of most residential markets anywhere in the world. The property has been valued at the equivalent of more than $2.7 million, and that figure almost certainly does not capture the full cost of what was installed inside it. Beyond the manor, Angel's real estate portfolio has been estimated at $20 million total, spanning approximately 300 properties across Zimbabwe, Botswana, South Africa, Bulgaria, the United Kingdom, and the United States. He owns the New York Hippodrome, a 3-story conference center. He reportedly owns 47 vehicles across multiple countries, among them a Lamborghini, a black badge Rolls-Royce, and a Can-Am Spyder Special Series. A helicopter has been photographed outside the manor. In 2023, Al Jazeera released a documentary titled Gold Mafia. Hubert Angel appeared in it. In footage that was broadcast globally and viewed by millions of people, he was seen apparently negotiating arrangements involving the smuggling of gold and money laundering out of Zimbabwe. He was heard on camera claiming to be the second most powerful person in Zimbabwe after the president himself. His ambassadorial appointment was subsequently revoked. He denied the documentary's central allegations. Whether he is a prophet of God or a prophet of an entirely different kind of gospel depends on what you are willing to believe. What is undisputed is the mansion that stands in Lincoln with its Versace floors and its gold fittings and its 14 acres of private garden. And there you have it. 10 men, 10 extraordinary properties, from Shirley Caesar's secret Star Wars cinema in Raleigh to Bishop Oyedepo's self-sustaining private city in Nigeria. Others were built as monuments to a prosperity theology funded by congregations who believed the building itself was the proof. And some sit in between, which is usually where the most interesting stories actually live. What all 10 have in common is this: the house always tells you something the sermon doesn't. Whether that is a Star Wars theater hiding behind a gospel legend's front door, Versace tiles in a bathroom built with gold fittings, or 24 acres of Texas compound that never paid $1 in tax, someone made a deliberate choice. And choices, more than anything else, leave a permanent record.